So you can find your comfortable, easy sitting position, whatever that is. If you're using a block, you'll take one block. If you're using couch pillows, maybe, you might just want to fold one over, or you might want to use both, whatever works for your body. And comfortable, easy sitting is either cross-legged with your ankles underneath, if that's comfortable, or you might bring one heel in toward the center of your body and have the other leg out in front so your knees drop down. Let's take our hands, and this time, instead of doing a mudra with our fingers together like we sometimes do, let's just be open and receptive. So open palms, resting down on the backs of our thighs, maybe adjusting your shoulders and arms and upper body. Good. Moving your attention into your body, onto the mat, and to your breath. Closing your eyes. And feeling into your own breath this evening as you come to the mat, noticing its quality. Is it steady? Maybe it's quick. Softening the muscles of your face, allow your teeth to separate, your jaw to relax. And as you sit tall with your crown lifted, beginning to inhale, full expansive yogic breath. Your ribs expand as you inhale. Pausing at the top for a moment and exhaling through the nose. The ribs naturally contract. Inhaling, expansive ribs. Pause at the top. And exhale, natural contraction. Pause at the bottom. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2. Inhale. Opening and receptive. Pause at the top. Exhale. Natural release. Pause at the bottom. Continuing a few more breaths quietly in your own speed, your own timing. And as you breathe, thanking yourself for taking time to practice, honoring your body, honoring your self-care. And setting an intention that the kindness and compassion we show ourselves in taking time to practice will also radiate out into the world. And sharing that with everyone we connect with moving forward. Bringing the hands to face down towards your knees. Inhale, shrug your shoulders up. Press the shoulders back and down. Inhaling through the nose, shrug them up. Exhale, back and down. Exhaling through the nose. Inhale, up. Exhale, back and down. Good. Maintaining this engaged shoulder blades. Inhale, facing forward. Exhale, tucking the chin down to your chest. Inhale as you roll the right ear slowly towards your right shoulder. Lifting the chin just slightly. Exhale, rolling down to center. Inhale, left ear toward the left shoulder. Lift the chin just slightly. Exhale, down to center. Inhale, rolling right ear to right shoulder. Press those shoulders back as you lift the chin slightly. And exhale, down to center. Inhaling across to the left again. Press the shoulders back as you lift the chin. And exhale to center. Inhale as you lift your gaze forward. Bring your hands to your heart space, pressing the palms together. And again, a reminder that you're the only person in your body. So if something is uncomfortable or hurts, if you can't take a full breath, then you're too far in. So just backing your posture off a little bit if that happens. Inhale as you lift the hands up. Opening the arms wide, smiling as you look up toward the sky. Exhale as you tuck the chin, lowering the arms. When your palms come parallel with the earth, turn the hands toward the earth, protecting the rotator cuff and the shoulders. Exhale, fingertips down and chin to the chest. Inhale, lifting up. Rotate the palms up, all the way up to the sky. Big inhale, press the palms together. Exhale, drawing universal energy down through the crown as you lower your hands back to your heart space. Inhale, up. Opening wide, we're going to pause here with the hands up, engage nice pointed fingers, strengthening the arms. We'll do a little bit of Kapalabhati, so this is a inhale and exhale with equal measure through the nose. And as you inhale and exhale, you'll expand your tummy and then draw your tummy in using those abdominal muscles. And we'll do it slowly and steadily. So inhaling, expansive. Exhale, draw the tummy in. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift that heart space. Exhale, press the palms together and drawing the hands down into the heart. Interlace your fingers, press the hands forward and inhale up. Turn the palms towards your crown. Open the arms wide. Rotate the palms to the ground, tuck your chin and fingertips to the earth. Inhale, lifting up, palms up. Press the hands together and down into the heart space. Interlace your fingers the opposite way. So whichever way you naturally go, switch it up. Press the hands forward and lifting up. Smiling at these beautiful forms we have to practice in. Turn the palms to the crown, opening wide, receptive. Ground your palms, tuck your chin. Inhale one more time, lifting up, palms to the sky, smiling up toward the sun, drawing that energy down into your heart, and releasing your hands. If you're sitting on a block, which I think we all are, you can take that out from underneath now. And let's just bring the feet out in front, pressing the soles together. Taking the ankles one in each hand, and the heels don't have to be close to you. This is just warming up. So whatever's comfortable for your hips, lengthening your arms, and just bouncing the knees a little bit. This is butterfly, which we hope to see very soon. And then let's take one foot or ankle in one hand and supporting our knee. And just finding a comfortable place to be able to rock your leg a little bit. So we're warming up the hips here. You can rotate if you like. Just gently exploring. And always supporting your body. You might want to rotate in an opposite direction. And just notice how that joint feels. Is there somewhere that you might want to pause and just give it a little bit more love there? Feeling into your own form. And then switching sides. Again, supporting the ankle, supporting the knee. Beginning just with a little rocking. Sitting tall still as you do this, so try not to get hunched over with it. Lifting the heart space, lifting the crown. Maybe doing some rotations. And always our full breaths through the nose. So breathing through the mouth is something that is done in aerobics to cool the body down. In yoga, we want to get some heat going in the body because our movements are different. So breathing through the nose for the inhale and exhale is why we do that. So maybe switching directions of your rotations. And then lowering the feet down. Right. If you're not sitting sideways on your mat, let's turn. Extending your feet out in front. And the feet and knees will be side by side. And we'll just begin by rotating the ankles, wiggling the toes. And switching directions. You can take your thumbs and tuck them just under the edges of your hips. Fingers are slightly spread here. And we'll pause with our feet rotations. Press the hands down into the mat, sitting tall with your crown lifted. Feet and knees side by side. Inhale as you press the backs of your knees into the mat. Three full yogic breaths, inhaling and exhaling. This is an active posture, Dandasana or staff posture. Inhale and release. If your wrists are tingly, your hands are tingly, give them a little shake out. And we'll inhale as we lift our hands up. Draw the tummy toward the spine and leading with your chin, reaching forward. Forward folding only until you start to feel it in your lower back or mid-back. Then bring the hands down to your calves and tuck the chin. 3 full breaths, using the breath to help you expand the mid-back, creating space between your vertebrae. Again, this is warming up, so there's no need to push your body to go further. But just honoring where we are in this moment. And this is Paschimottanasana, or forward fold. Inhale, scoop the head forward, reach your arms forward as you lift up again. Exhale, pull the tummy toward the spine, then reaching and forward folding again, noticing where your hands land. If you'd like at this point now, you can take the calves and maybe bend the elbows a bit to draw your body forward. You can also, if you like, use a strap And you don't want it up by your toes. You want it down towards your heels and your lower arches. And you can also use that strap to help draw you forward if that's comfortable for you. And when you're doing that, you want to hold it with 2 hands and use your elbows to bend and draw you forward. Again, not to the point of discomfort. Wherever you pause, take a full breath. And you'll notice that your breath becomes the gateway that allows you to naturally move more comfortably into the posture. Inhale, scoop your head forward. If you're holding onto a strap, you can slide the hands up to sit tall. If you're reaching forward with the hands, you'll lift up, press the palms together, back to your heart space, and release. Let's bend one knee. Doesn't matter which one. The opposite arm will sweep around behind your body. Bring the hand close to you so that it helps prop you up tall. Whichever knee is bent, same elbow goes inside that knee, and the hand will point down towards your extended foot. Turning to face that foot, take a full breath. Inhale. And turning to rotate the gaze toward the back shoulder. 3 full breaths. Inhale. Turning to face toward the extended foot. Release your hands. Release the legs. Shake out the wrists if you need. And whatever we do to one side, we do to the other. So bending your opposite knee, opposite arm sweeps around behind, helping you sit tall. Same as the bent knee, same arm, that elbow goes inside your knee. You can either have your hand pointed down at your foot. I like this because it lets me adjust my shoulder a little bit more and lever against my leg. Some people like to have their hand pointed up. You can do that too. Whatever feels comfortable and whatever your body's calling for. Inhale. Exhale, turning to gaze toward the back shoulder. 3 full breaths. Inhale. Exhale, turning to face the extended foot. Release the arms and the leg. Shake out the wrists. Bringing the feet around beside, we'll come to a wide-kneed child pose. So bringing the big toes together, knees open up. Sink the hips back towards your heels. Reaching your arms long, fingers are spread wide. And the forehead comes down to your mat. Resting Ajna Chakra, or the third eye, on the mat. 3 full breaths here. Using the breath to create space between your shoulder blades. Reach the arms forward, coming to your fingertips and lifting the elbows off the mat. And just swaying a little bit with your entire body. This helps release the fascia in the body, that beautiful tissue that houses every organ, every ligament, every muscle. And then lifting your gaze, walk both hands over toward the right side of your body. Don't have to go far, just finding a point that you feel comfortable and then lowering the head down again. Don't want to go too far here so you don't overstretch the intercostals. Again, we're just warming up. And the intercostals are those tissues connecting your ribs. Always full breaths in every position. Inhale, lift your gaze, walk the hands back to center, and then over to the other side of your body. And lowering the gaze, 3 full breaths. Inhale, lift the gaze, coming back to center, and then we'll lift our upper bodies and find tabletop. So on our hands and knees, hands are shoulder distance apart, knees are hip distance. If your knees bother you, you can take your mat or your blanket and double it over so you've got a little bit of extra padding here. I'm actually just going to move ahead a little bit as I do this. So knees are under the hips, hands are under the shoulders. If your wrists bother you, you can walk your hands forward 1 hand length. Takes a little pressure off the angle of your wrists or whatever's comfortable. Starting from a neutral tabletop, looking down toward the mat. Inhale. Exhale, tuck your tailbone under, tuck your chin, and lift up in your shoulders. This is cat. And reversing, tailbone lifts, gaze lifts, tummy toward the earth, shoulder blades draw together. Inhale for cow. And reverse, exhaling for cat. Switching again, allow the chest to drop toward the earth, shoulder blades to come together. Gaze and tailbone lifts for cow. Inhale. Exhaling, tucking under for cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Inhale for cow. And then coming back to neutral again. From here, we're going to do a little bit of stabilizing of the muscles of the SI joint. So single leg lifts with a bent knee. So we inhale to lift and lift the gaze. Exhale, tuck the knee in toward your chest. Inhale, lift with a bent knee. Exhale, tucking in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tuck. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, lift. And exhale, tuck. Bringing that knee back down, we'll switch sides. Inhale, lifting. Opposite side with a bent leg. Lift the gaze. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tuck. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tuck. Coming back down, let's tuck the toes under. Anyone getting crampy feet there? Just sink your hips back as you release the arches of your feet a little bit. And then bring the big toes together, open the knees wide again. Stretch your arms long, finding child pose again. 3 full breaths. Inhale, lift the gaze, lift the upper body. Taking one arm, thread the back of the hand under the opposite, and then lowering your upper body down, rest the side of your cheekbone on the mat. This is thread the needle. You should feel this in the back of your shoulders. Expansive breathing. If you feel comfortable here, you can lift the top arm. You may like to rotate that hand and bring the lower back and the back of your hand together. Caution here if you have shoulder injury or discomfort. Again, it's not about how far you go. It's that you have steadiness and ease in the posture. Inhale, lifting the arm up and back down. Press that palm into the mat to lift you up. Come back to center and switching sides. So opposite arm threads underneath. The shoulder comes down, cheekbone comes down. Expansive breathing. If that feels comfortable and you want to lift the arm, you can stay there if you like. You might bring the back of the hand to the lower back. Find the arm position that works for you. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bring the palm down. Unwinding. If you've got your mat doubled over, let's just release that. Finding our child pose again, only for positioning. So heels back toward the feet. Arms stretch long, keep your elbows lifted. Tuck your toes under. And let's keep bent knees as we lift our hips up to the sky. So beginning with bent knees, press the head down between your elbows. Then extending the legs, if you lift the tailbone up to the sky, this is inverted V. And then lowering the heels toward the mat. One leg at a time, walk the dog. So bending one knee, extending the opposite leg, back and forth. Releasing those hamstrings. And still full breaths. And bringing the knees back down. Extending one leg out behind. Lower the sole of that foot to the mat. With your bent leg, take that leg and move your foot toward the outside of your body or behind you a little bit so you get a bit of an angle with that foot. And then bringing the bottom arm so the shoulder is above your wrist. Reach your top arm forward. And looking under that arm, extended side angle. And down. Good, and then let's lift up again, reaching forward and then looking under that arm. And exhale down. Inhale one more time, reaching forward, looking under that arm. And exhale down. Bring the extended leg back in. Sink back to child pose, this time with your knees together. Bring the hands behind you and the head forward. So you can use a block or a pillow here for your head. You can use a pillow to tuck it under your tummy. You can use a pillow in behind your thighs and your legs. Whatever gives you comfort in the posture. And again, 3 full breaths. Ballooning our lungs so that we create space between our vertebrae. Spaciousness in our hearts. Inhale, slide the hands forward, placing them beside your head as you lift the head and finding the opposite side. I'm just turning so that I can see everyone while we're opening up. So again, from tabletop, stretching the opposite leg back. Then lowering the sole of that foot down. So notice how that rotates your hip. The bottom leg tipping the foot out behind you a little bit to give you some stability. Leaning onto the lower hand, which is underneath your shoulder in a line. Reach your arm forward and then opening up to look underneath that arm. Try pressing the hips forward. And then exhale down. Inhale, reach and lift. Exhale down. Inhale, reach and lift. And exhale down. Bringing the knees back in. Sink the hips back. Finding an active child pose with your fingers spread, elbows lifted, tuck your toes under. We're moving to down dog again. Inhale as you lift the hips up to the sky. Exhale, lower the heels toward the mat. Inhale, walking both feet forward. Bend those knees toward the front of your mat. Feet can be fairly close together here. Sink your seat down, reach your hands forward on either side of your head. And notice how your tailbone wants to lift. Lengthen the tailbone and pause here. Chair or Utkatasana, 3 full breaths. Engaged here, strong legs, strong thighs, powerful posture. Inhale as you slowly come up to standing, slight back bend. Exhale, coming up straight, press the palms together and bring the hands to your heart space. And release. Good. Let's come to the center of our mat. We're going to try some of the warrior series, but from a different way than I have often taught you in the past. We often come into this from sun salutations in a flow, but there's another way that Iyengar taught, and it begins with the center of the mat in your mountain. So feet can be a few inches apart. Lift your toes. Ground all 4 corners of your feet. So that's the ball of the big toe, the ball of the pinky, and both sides of your heels. Then spread your toes out and connect them with the mat like your roots. Your tailbone lengthens toward the earth, lengthening the tailbone down. Shoulders are back and engaged. The hands will naturally land wherever they do at your sides. This is your mountain. Tadasana, mountain. Tadasana, Good. Inhale, expansive hearts. Exhale, pull your tummy in, draw the ribs down. Uddiyana Bandha for your abdominal lock. Strong cores. Bring the hands to your heart space. And we're going to do a little hop to open our feet and open our arms. Inhale and hop. Good. You don't need a wide stance. Just looking for a comfortable stance. Tipping your right foot out to the side. If you look at your heel and drew a line, that heel should point toward the center arch of your back foot. Then taking the heel of the back foot and dropping it back just a wee bit so your foot's on an angle. This gives you stability. Arm positioning can be parallel with the earth. If your shoulders bother you, any level of range of motion, whatever your body needs. Okay? Bending into that right leg, knee comes over the ankle. Looking down the fingertips of the right hand, warrior two, or Virabadhrasana 2. Inhale and exhale. Lift that heart space. Torso is upright, crown is lifted. If you find yourself leaning forward, draw your upper body back towards your back hand. Good. Inhale. Bring the left arm around to meet the right. Notice your hips are going to rotate a bit here. And then lift those hands up to the sky and sink into the front knee a wee bit. This is warrior one. Keep breathing. Engage the muscles of the standing leg. Ground the soles to the earth. Inhale. Releasing the front leg, straightening that leg. Arms will open back to parallel. Right hand up to the sky. And then tipping forward, bring the back of the right hand to the inside of your calf. Upper arm up to the sky and turning to look toward it with your gaze. Uttita Trikonasana, or triangle. Feel into the hips here. Rooting the outside edge of your back foot. Good. To release, we'll bend the right knee, just slightly protecting the knee, reaching up toward the sky, coming back to center, tip both feet forward, and hopping together. Well done, ladies. And release the hands. Let's shake it out a little bit. How are those shoulders feeling? You might want to roll your shoulders. Maybe sway arms a little bit. Release those arms. Good. We love to blend our dynamic movements with our static movements where we're still and strong and engaged. And then slowly winding back to center. And whatever we do to one side, we do to the other. So coming back to our centered place. Inhale as you hop out to the side, finding our star positions. Left foot tips toward the outside of the body. Right heel drops back a wee bit. Bend the left knee so it's over the ankle. And looking down the fingertips of the left hand. Warrior two. Again, if you find yourself reaching forward, reach back toward the back arm. Lifting the torso. Maybe your head is jutting forward. Lift the back of your crown. Inhale, bringing the right hand around to meet the left. Both hands up to the sky, sinking forward into that knee a wee bit. Warrior one. Keep breathing. Engage those standing legs. Use the muscles to stabilize you. Rooting into the outside edge of the back foot. Inhale. Straighten the front leg. Open the arms up. Left hand up to the sky. Inhale. Tipping forward, bringing the back of the fingertips to the inner calf. Right hand up to the sky. Turning to gaze toward it. Uttita Trikonasana, or triangle. Full breaths. If you have comfort here, you can bring the fingertips down toward the mat. You can also use a block and rest your hand on that. If you have more comfort and flexibility, you can take that block to the outside of your leg, which will open your hips up a bit more. And I'm sorry, I noticed someone in the chat, but I'm not able to move up to the screen to see what happened there. So I will check it after and we can talk about it. Good. Inhale, bend that front knee, protecting your kneecap. Lifting up to the sky. Coming back to center with the feet. Inhale. Forward fold, swan diving forward. Allow your head to hang heavy. Hands to be in the center. And breathe here. You can shimmy your upper body side to side. You might want to bend one knee and then the other. Again, just releasing here. Maybe nod the head. Creating length in the cervical spine. Good. And bend the knees. Tip your heels in just a little bit. Take one elbow in each hand. Slowly coming up to standing. Stacking one vertebrae at a time. Coming back to center. So for today's balance posture, in honor of working on Warrior series, so we've now done Warrior 2, Warrior 1, and Warrior 3 is a balance posture. So to begin it, we'll start in our mountains. So again, grounding all four corners of our feet, lengthening our tailbones. Inhale, expansive heart space. Exhale, draw the tummy in, ribs down, abdominal lock. Inhale, sweep your arms up and interlace your fingers and point them to the sky. I know my hands are going to disappear. Step one foot back and just find your stability on your standing leg. So make sure that leg feels nice and strong. Tighten the glutes, tighten the thighs, tighten that kneecap. You can have the knee bent a wee bit if you like. And then all we're going to do is create a nice straight line from our fingertips to our back foot. And we're just going to tip forward a little bit and align. And then come back and release the hands. So that's the beginning of Warrior 3. I would encourage you to explore your tipping to whatever point you feel stable, strong, and aligned in a nice straight line. Okay? And the full posture moves toward a T shape. So anywhere in the range of motion from our beginnings, moving forward, moving forward. Anywhere in the range of motion is your warrior. And all are beautiful. You can try it anytime. And you can release anytime. Coming back slowly, consciously. So again, finding your expression of it. And when you feel like you've tried enough on one side, then switching sides. And when we switch, always coming back to your mountain, finding that centered place again. Inhale, expansive hearts. Exhale, pull the tummy toward the spine. Draw the ribs down toward the belly button, engaging your core. Shift your weight to your opposite standing leg. Lift the arms. Stretch the leg out behind. It's helpful to have the back foot flexed. Inhale. Exhale as you're tipping forward. Maintaining a line, finding your expression of the posture. Always breathing and releasing whenever you feel comfortable. This is a tricky one. Good. Want to try one more time on each side? Or do you want to try a little bit different? Let's do a little bit different. So from a forward standing, hands will come out to the side just a bit. Shift your weight to one standing leg and lift that leg. Then bring the hands to your knee and hug it towards your chest. Now, if that doesn't feel stable, you can bend the knee, you can straighten the leg. You can use the wall to help give you body memory. So if you want to lean against the wall so your body remembers what it feels like to be in this position, whatever works for you is perfect. And release. And switching sides, finding strength in that standing leg. Lock the thigh, lock the glute. Hands can come out to help you balance. Lifting the knee, then taking that in your hands and lift the leg up. Anyone get cramping in here? If that happens, stretch it out. Whatever your body needs. I say that a lot, don't I? It's because it's all about you and your beautiful luminous selves and whatever you need in the moment. And release. Good. And again, a little bit of sway arms, letting your hips and body move. We don't always have to be static and still in those postures. Maybe finding a figure 8 motion. Allowing the joints of your legs where they join your hips to just rotate in that socket nice and smooth. Good. And then from a little bit wider position, inhale, bringing your hands wide. Head can tip back, hearts are open. Exhale, down and forward. Inhale, open wide. Exhale, forward. Inhale, opening wide. Exhale, forward. Inhale. And exhale, forward. If anyone gets dizzy doing this, just don't bring your head below your heart. So you can be opening wide and forward. Just slightly. And opening wide and forward slightly. This will reduce any vertigo you might get. Opening wide and forward. And releasing the hands. Coming toward the front of your mat. We'll just make our way down. So inhale, lifting up. Exhale, forward fold. Offering your hands up as you forward fold. Tucking the chin. Good. Couple breaths here, allowing the hamstrings to release. Then bending the knees. And you have a choice. You can make your way to your seat however you'd like. If you like rolling like a ball, hug your knees in, curl your head in, curl your back, and rolling back. And we're making our way down, resting our backs on the mat, hugging the knees into the chest, and rocking side to side for sacral rocking. Lengthen the back of the neck, tucking your chin just slightly. You might choose to make circles with your knees. Then bring the hands down to your side. Extend your feet up to the sky. Inhale, bringing the feet toward your head just a bit. And exhale, extend the legs away just a bit. Inhale forward. Exhale away. Inhale forward. Exhale away. If this feels comfortable to you, timing your breath and your leg movement, it's your choice how much you bring your feet towards your head and away from your body. So if you want a little more momentum, if you bend your knees to bring the feet forward and tip your seat up a little bit, and then exhale away. Inhale up, exhale away. Inhale up, exhale away. The motions are doing exactly the same thing, just depends on what feels right for your body. And we always want to protect the lower back. So as you lower the feet, make sure your back is engaged with the mat. So rolling your spine so that it connects with the mat. Inhaling up. Exhaling away. Inhaling up. Exhaling away. Inhaling up. Exhaling away. You could also do circles in the air with your feet. Those of you who know me know I'm not a huge abdominal exercise fan, so I like to slip them in there in sneaky little ways like this. It does far more than we realize, even just doing circles in the sky with our feet. And then switching directions with those circles. Pausing for a rest whenever you need. Good, and let's lower the feet down to the mat. Hands will still be reaching down toward the heels. Open the feet up about hip distance and move the backs of the heels toward your fingertips. So when they touch, that's as far as you want to go. Spine is elongated. Inhale, tuck your chin. And then lifting the tailbone, rolling up the spine. Pressing the tummy up to the sky. You can roll the shoulders back. You can clasp the hands under your seat. And you've got options again. You can press the hands into your seat to help you lift up, rounding into your elbows. You can have the hands down. You can have the hands flat on the mat. Whatever feels right for your body, but pressing into those feet, rounding into the soles, lifting your tummy up to the sky. Shoulders are back. And breathe. This is a bridge. Inhale, release the hands, rolling down the spine, resting the sacrum on the mat, just swaying the knees side to side. Good. And pausing in center, we'll lift up again. Inhale, preparing to move. Lifting the tailbone up to the sky. Press into the soles of the feet. Roll your shoulders back. Clasp your hands if you like. 3 full breaths here. Inhale, release the hands, lowering down to the mat. Separate your feet mat distance apart. And you can move the heels away from your seat a little bit. Open your arms wide in a T shape. And then lowering both knees toward one side of your body. And then lifting them up and switching sides to the other side of the body. Back and forth like windshield wipers. So open knees. This takes some of the tension out of our hip joints from all the standing engagement we've been doing. Releases the front of the psoas. This also promotes energy flow in the left and right meridians of your body. Notice if you roll your hands back so the backs of the hands are connected with the mat. Or does it feel different if you connect your soles, palms of your hands with the floor or your mat? Try rotating the hands and see how that feels. And back and forth. And coming back to center. Bringing both knees in toward the chest again, but this time taking one kneecap in each hand. Extend your arms and rocking here. So placing a little more focus on the sacrum, the SI again. You can roll toward the upper glute and pause on one side, massaging that area. Back and forth. And lowering one leg down. Crossing the knee. So just like you're sitting in a chair, but crossing the leg right over top of the opposite one. Open your arms wide in a T shape. So whichever leg you've crossed over, for example, if your right leg is crossed over, then you want to shift your hips toward that same side as your body. So if the right leg's crossed over, pressing into your feet, shift your hips over to the right, and then lower your knees toward the left. And your gaze will be toward the right hand if that's the way that you're facing. If the left leg was crossed over, hips go to the left, knees to the right, and the gaze the same direction. Full breaths here. If you're breathing shallow, it's too far. So if it's uncomfortable for the knees to bend toward that side of the body, you can take your block and prop it underneath. You can take your pillows and prop them underneath. So coming back to center with the knees and gaze, hips to center, and release that cross leg. And whichever side you just did, doing the opposite, so crossing the opposite leg over. For me, it's my left leg crossed over, which means I'll shift my hips to the left side, and then I'll lower my knees to the right. And this side's tighter for me, so I'll take my block and use it to help prop my knee up a little bit to take the pressure off my lower back. Arms open wide. If you're turned toward your knees, then that takes a little bit of the intensity out of the twist in your spine. You could turn your gaze the opposite way. And this actually helps activate the thyroid glands in the neck when we're turning the head the opposite side. And always full breaths into the heart. And as you exhale, surrendering, letting go of your body. Find a place where you're not holding on. Inhale, expansive. Exhale, letting go. Inhale, spacious. Exhale, release. Inhale. Bring the gaze back to center. Bring the knees to center. You can use your hands to help with that if you like. The hips to center. Uncross the legs. Stretch your legs long. Reach your arms up over your head. Big stretch, fingertips to the toes. And bringing the hands toward the top of your head. Walk your feet toward the right side of your mat. And then reach your arms long toward the right side of your body. So creating a little curve here. Full breath into the ribs. Inhale. Coming back to center with the feet. Back to center with the upper body. Big full stretch again. Walking both feet toward the left side of your mat. And the arms toward the left side. Inhale. And exhale, relaxing into this side body stretch. Inhale. Coming back to center. With the feet, with the hands. Slide the arms down slowly. So as you bend your elbows, letting your hands separate. Take a slow, delicious journey with your arms. Coming out to your sides, feeling into the shoulders as they roll back. Bringing the arms out about 45 degrees from your body. Feet can open, hip distance apart. And we're moving into Savasana now, so if you'd like a blanket over you or your socks on, whatever you'd like for your comfort. I'll give you a moment to do that. And as you find your way to Savasana, so laying on your back, shoulders are rolled back, arms out from your body at about 45 degrees, palms facing up. We want the head to be aligned with the spine, so preferably no pillow under the head if that's comfortable for you. We want to keep the head aligned as you're laying down. So finding your way back, allowing your feet to open wide and fall naturally to the outside of your body. And as you allow your breath to become natural, slow and natural. And as you rest, finding our way to stillness and silence. In this space of stillness and silence is where we connect most deeply with our breath, most fully with our body, and allowing our mind to steady. As you breathe, allow your ears to fall back toward the earth, soften the muscles of your face. Your eyelids are gently closed and still. And as your eyes are closed and still, lift your inner gaze just slightly to the space between your brows, to Ajna chakra, in the seat of your wisdom, your third eye, one part of your wisdom, your inner knowing. And notice how you lift your gaze to this space. As you practice in time, the mind steadies and calms when you focus on your inner eye. Your teeth separate, jaw relaxes, your throat space softens. And as you inhale, with the exhale, it's as though a wave moves from the crown of your head, sweeping down over your body. And with this wave or breeze comes complete relaxation in your form. Your shoulders and arms are naturally falling back. Your back softens, cradled by the earth. Your hips and pelvis open and relax. Surrender to the earth. Your lower body lies heavy. No need to hold anything. And as you rest here, sending gratitude to the earth for holding us so safely with so much nourishment. How blessed are we? And as you surrender your form, moving your attention into your heart space. the other seat of our wisdom. We've been taught to believe that our minds define us. That our hearts emit a field 60 times more powerful than the electromagnetic field of our brains. And when we integrate our heart space and our inner knowing, we become harmonized. And as you breathe with every inhalation, imagine, see, and feel your heart space in a vibrant color. Maybe that color comes to you. Maybe you choose. It doesn't matter. Imagine, see, and feel that color or multitude of colors or hues or shimmers. Whatever that is, with every inhalation it expands. With every exhalation it expands. Until you can see that field of energy surrounding your entire body. And as that field expands, your form is nurtured and healed. Any emotions that are still sitting tightly in you are dispersed and expanded and released into the vibrancy and nourishment of that powerful heart space that you have. And as you rest in this infinite space, repeat to yourself, my mind is calm and steady. My body is healthy and resilient. My heart is open. My spirit is eternal. Taking a deep breath as you come back into your form. Wiggling your fingers and toes, hands and feet. Stretching out. Coming back to presence. And when you're ready, bend your knees and slowly rolling over to one side. Resting there for a moment. When you feel ready, coming back to a seated position. Bringing your hands to your heart space. Good. So much much gratitude for practicing together. We'll close together as we do, oming together, and then shanti, 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 which is peace, peace, peace. So the first vibration, the first sound, sharing those beautiful, spacious heartbeats with our voices. Inhaling. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Divine in me recognizes and honors the divine in you. Namaste. Thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste, Heather.
Namaste. Thank you. Namaste.
Lovely.